a star, and I'm just a nobody, not just a girl. You are a somebody, and I wanna be that someone for you. You cast your spells, I watch in the...
Okay guys, so before we begin learning this move, we're just going to do a few stretches and all that, because it's a really important part in this move, or in any move of breakdancing really, because otherwise you might injure yourself, you'll be out for a couple of weeks, you know, it's not good, you might as well just stretch, plus it'll help you conquer the move much quicker. So we're just going to start with the wrists, because they're a big important part in this move too. Just pull straight towards you, so you have your wrist like this, palm straight out, and you pull back onto your fingers like that. Hold that for about 12 seconds, you do the other one too. And then you're going to put your wrist flat out, so your palm's facing you, and you're just going to pull it towards you like that. Hold that again for about 10 to 12 seconds. Next, you want to definitely be doing your forearms, triceps, biceps, because they're also an important part. So this is a pretty common stretch, just straighten across. Hold that again for about 12 seconds, and the other arm. And then you're ready to start learning crickets. Okay, so I'll break this move down to 2 steps basically. The first step is just going to be the plant and spin, and the second step is going to be the 1-2 hop, what I call it basically anyway. Okay, so we're going to start with the plant and spin. Whatever hand you use, well, I'm assuming that you already have the hand glide down, which is this, and even better if you have it one-handed, because if you have it one-handed, you can go on to learning things like jackhammers, which is cricket's one-handed, which is like the master form really, it's really, really good. And, well, basically, yes, so the hand that you stab with would be the left or the right. I stab with my left, so I'm going to be teaching this tutorial anti-clockwise. But if you are clockwise, just try and clock on and just do everything that I do, but opposite. And I can nearly do crickets clockwise anyway, so if you really like it, then that will help you do them clockwise. I'll make another tutorial separate from this, obviously. So yeah, the plant and spin. What we're going to do, where your lower abdominals are, down here, if you're left-handed, you're going to be doing it there, and if you're right-handed, you're going to be doing it here. So right in the lower abdominals to the left-hand side is where you're going to stab if you're anti-clockwise, like me. So, where it's going to be, you're going to go into your hand glide position, like this. For the beginning, keep your legs on the ground, because it's easier than trying to hold it and, you know, falling over and all that. You just want to try and get the technique down before you end up trying to go and do the move. It's always easier to break it down rather than just trying to go full off, because that will discourage you otherwise. So yeah, plant it down, you have your free hand out here, like you would in a baby freeze, where you just go straight up here, but keep flat, like this. So you've got your free hand out, and you've got your hand planted in your abdominals. Okay, so this is the spin part. The spin part is where you're going to spin fully. I'm going to do it from this angle, because I'll be facing the camera that way. Where you spin, you're going to spin until your hand is facing completely forward, your hand planted. This is the point where we're going to go on to the second step, but you just need to get this bit down. Okay, so keep your legs on the ground, because it's a lot easier to do it this way. So with your free hand, you pull, and you go around, so you spin probably about a quarter of a circle until your hand is facing forward. And this is the point where you're going to do the hop. So, here we go. Hand planted, hand glide position, 3, 2, 1, and spin. Hand is facing forward. Okay, now we're going to try it with the legs levitated. So, 1, 2, 3, spin. See that, where my hand is kind of facing on the side at the beginning, and then it faces forward when I'm ready to hop. 3, 2, 1. And that's the first step. Okay, now step 2 of the cricket is the 1-2 hop. So I'm assuming you've already got the plant and spin down, which obviously hopefully you have, otherwise rewind. Okay, so we're going to go from the spin, the plant and spin. So, you've planted, going to do it with the legs on the ground at the moment, because you can still do it like this. Right, you've got your plant, and then you're going to pull, facing forward. This is when you're going to do the 1-2 hop. What you're going to do is your free hand is going to come up, and then you're going to basically pummel it down, so straight to the ground. And this is going to push you up. But it's going to be a 1-2 hop, because what it is, I'll show you first, and I'll break it down. Okay, now 1-2 hop. So, your hand is facing forward. You're going to go 1. This is when you're going to push with the hand that is stabbed. One that is stabbed in your abdominals, you're going to push up. Proper up like that. When you've pushed up, you're going to turn your hand back to the original position that it was when you began. So you began on the side. You began on the side here. You pushed. Facing forward, you go 1, 2. And that is a cricket every single time. If you just continue doing that technique and that motion, that's how you're going to just get multiple crickets, just constantly 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Just think, spin 1 2, spin 1 2, spin 1 2. So we're going to do it a bit faster this time. Legs on the ground still. Free hand, stabbed. 3 2 1. Spin, hands facing forward. 1 2. Spin, hand facing forward. 1 2. Do you see how my hand is twisted from forwards, from where it's forwards? Because if you're going to try and hop forwards, you're probably going to break your wrist, which ain't a very good idea. It should be out for quite a long time, I assume. So, hands facing forward. 1. Got your hand free up. Make sure you really push, because this is not going to do all the work by itself. It will take most of the strain, but you need to use both of them. You need to try and balance it out. So 1, turn the hand, 2. One more time. 3 2 1. Spin. 1 2. Okay, now with the legs off of the ground, this is how we're going to perform our first cricket, putting step 1 and step 2 together. Okay, cricket. 3 2 1. Legs off the ground. 1 2. And that's a cricket. Eventually you're going to be able to get hops that are higher. So your hops will start to be very low at first because you'll have minimum strength in your wrists. But as you practice hand glides and that every day, and practice crickets every day, and then eventually you'll be able to hop higher and higher and higher. That's how I did it. I started with really little hops, and then eventually I said you'll just be able to get more and then higher amounts. I mean, on my first day I probably had about, what, 2-3 crickets. By a week I had about 13. And now I'm up to something like 50 odd. Something. I don't really practice them all the time, but like if I was just doing them, I can just get about 50 odd. And you can get really high because you will have the strength in your wrist to be able to do it. Last time, 3 2 1, spin, 1 2. Okay, now I'm going to do about, what, 5 crickets or something for you, and I'm going to put it in fast motion, normal motion, sorry, and I'm going to slow it down. Okay, so watch my hand. Watch this, because this is the most important part. How your hand twists. 1 2, and when you catch yourself back in that abdominal position. Okay, so watch it. I'm going to do about 5 crickets, as I said. Then it'll go in slow-mo. 3 2 1. Did you see how it was going 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2? That's how you're going to get higher crickets. Just keep practicing them every single day. Okay, so say you've got these crickets quite down, you know, you're quite competent with them, you're probably at about, what, 6-7 rounds, you're going to be wanting to start from a standing position. You don't want to, like, you know, walk into battle, be like, yo, what's up, man, you know, be a top rock, and then just, like, drop down, and then just start doing crickets. The bloke's just going to look at you and just be like, what are you, sort of thing, you know. So, just doing it from a standing position, looks more professional, looks like you're ready to go in there, and you just throw it straight out and power. Okay, so standing from a starting position, I always do it from the V stance, really. So the V stance, you're not going to need to see the top half of my body, it's alright, don't worry, you just need to watch the legs. Okay, so the V stance, whatever way you go, so anti-clockwise, which is what this tutorial is being taught in, your right leg is going to step forwards, which then your left leg is going to step back. This is where you're going to, like how you would do like a, something like how you would enter a flare or how you would enter a coin drop for a windmill or something like that. It's all the same, basically. But this is how you're going to drop into the cricket. All you're going to end up doing, I'm going to show you in a slow motion of how you drop down into the cricket, and then I will break it down. Do you see how that sort of went? So you're going for your V stance, swinging this left leg down. You're not like kicking any legs up or any crap like that, you know. All you're going to do is just swing that left leg, 1, and you're going to bring them in. So you're going to bring them in as you would bend your legs as you would normally go. You can even, if you're not getting this straight away, practice it so you'd be standing up, going down onto your knees, and then going to crickets. You could still do that. I mean, the odd person might call it a crash or something, but just tell them to sod off, you know, whatever. Okay, so starting from the V stance, so you're going to do your top rock, 1, 2, bring the leg back. This is where you come, so you swing that leg, and then you drop down into your hang glide position. That way then you just start going straight into crickets. So, in a fast motion, 2, One more time, slow-mo. Here. And that's how you do crickets from a standing position. Okay, so this last part of this tutorial is I'm going to teach you how to do use crickets in a set instead of just using crickets. So this way you can just use it in different formations, make your own one-up and all that, make your own little sets up. So this one is going to teach you from going from 6-step into crickets. So you're not having to stop the 6-step, go into a hang-up position, faff about and then go into it sort of thing. This will just make it all look all smooth and fluent, like everything was going under control and you know what you was doing. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to show it in a fast motion and then I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. It's going to be sort of like a swing. Watch out for the swing. So I'm going to lay 2 rounds of 6-step and then I'll just go straight into it. Okay, did you see that was a bit messy, but you know. Okay, did you see the sort of swing? What my leg did is as I'm finishing the 6-step, it's not almost like finishing, it's almost like a 4th step. So I'm going to show you and break it down. So you're going to do your regular 6-step, you go 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is the swing bit that I'm talking about. This is where you do your step 4, you'd normally do that. What you're going to do is you're going to swing on the step 4. So you're going to lift your right leg up and you're going to swing through the left leg. And this is when you're going to lift the left leg up and you're going to catch yourself like this. So the left leg's going to go over the right leg. Instead of going like that in a 6-step, go 3, swing, catch yourself in a hang glide. So it's almost like a jump, basically. So again, from the beginning, I'll show it from, I'll keep from this angle. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Ready for the 4th one? Watch how my right leg swings over it and then the left leg sort of jumps over. You kind of got that? Okay, now the first part you want to probably use a crush mail sign because you might, fail to catch yourself and hit your chin or something. I mean, that can bloody hurt like your jaw or something. So don't try and do this move without some protection or something there. Don't want to injure yourself. Okay, so I'm going to break it down even more. So slower, slower, slower. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Watch the swing. 4. Okay, here it is. Swinging at the right leg. Left leg jumps over. Left hand's coming down. Your free hand stays on the ground. You keep that on the ground as you would in a 6-step. And then this is how you're going to catch yourself. Just 1. You'll probably spin a little bit, that's correct bit, because that's what gives you that speed to go straight into the crickets, rather than stalling it and stopping. Okay, so in a fast motion, 2, 1. I'm going to show it one more time, broken down. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, swing leg 4. And that's how you use crickets from a 6-step.
Girl, she work the pole, she break it down, she take it low, she fine as hell, she bout to go, she doing a thing out on the floor. Her money, she make it look at the way she